China's meteoric rise over the past half-century is one of the most striking examples of the impact of opening an economy up to global markets. Over that period, the country has undergone a shift from a largely agrarian society to an industrial powerhouse. In the process, it has seen sharp increases in productivity and wages that have allowed China to become the world's second-largest economy. While the pace of growth over recent decades has been remarkable, it is also important to look at what the future might hold now that a large chunk of the gains from urbanization have been exhausted. When the Communist Party of China came to power in 1949, its leaders' fundamental long-range goals were to transform China into a modern, powerful, socialist nation. In economic terms, these objectives meant industrialization, improvement of living standards, narrowing of income differences, and production of modern military equipment. But the economic policies formulated to achieve them were dramatically altered on several occasions in response to major changes in the economy, internal politics, and international political and economic developments. In 1949, China's economy was suffering from the debilitating effects of decades of warfare. The chief goal of the government for the 1949-52 period was simply to restore the economy to normal working order. The first five-year plan, significantly increasing the pace and quality, productivity, of industrialization in the country. However, it was followed by the Great Leap Forward, 1958-1962, which undid many of the gains through worsening of incentives by banning material incentives and restricting markets. These reforms were then unwound between 1962 and 1966, leading to another period of productivity and per capita GDP growth, before the events of the Cultural Revolution, where strikers clashed with the authorities, set the economy back once again. In December 1978 was the defining moment in shifting the country from its unsteady early economic trajectory onto a more sustainable path. It laid the groundwork for future growth by introducing reforms that allowed farmers to sell their produce in local markets, and began the shift from collective farming to the household responsibility system. A year later, the law on Chinese foreign equity joint ventures was introduced, allowing foreign capital to enter China, helping to boost regional economies, although it took until the mid-1980s for the government to gradually ease pricing restrictions, and allow companies to retain profits and set up their own wage structures. This not only helped to boost GDP from an annual average of 6% between 1953 to 1978 to 9.4% between 1978 to 2012, but also increased the pace of urbanization as workers were drawn from the countryside into higher-paying jobs in cities. These reforms had a significant impact both on per capita GDP and the pace of the falling share of the labor force working in agriculture. The resulting growth has persisted for the last 35 years. Its gross domestic product, GDP, has seen an average annual growth rate of 10.12% between 1981 and 2016. China, officially the People's Republic of China, PRC, is a unitary sovereign state in East Asia. With a population of over 1.38 billion, it is the world's most populous country. China's economy is the world's second-largest economy by nominal GDP with $11,561 trillion, and the world's largest economy by purchasing power parity with $15,424 trillion according to the IMF. On a per capita income basis, China ranked 73 ND by nominal GDP with $8,141 TH and 84th by GDP, PPP, with $14,340. China is the largest manufacturing economy in the world as well as the largest exporter of goods in the world, and second largest importer of goods in the world. China ranked second after the USA in the most global 500 companies with 103 companies. GDP by sector: agriculture, 9%, industry, 40.5%, services, 50.5%. China GDP growth decreased 6.9% in 2015, to 6.7% in 2016. China number 1 producer in cereal, meat, peanut, tea, crude steel, coal, cement, fertilizer. China's future, neither boom nor bust. Economy of China be shifted to more advanced industrial development with high-tech, low-carbon emissions with better allocation of national resources to innovation and R&D for sustainable economic growth in order to reduce the impact of China's heavy industry. This is in accord with the planning goals of the central government and the modernization goal of China becoming a fully developed nation by 2049. Over the next 3 decades, the global economy will be dominated by China, and the US economy will lose steam and fall behind India. The US and Europe's share of global GDP are expected to shrink, while the Chinese and Indian economies are projected to grow significantly, as Asian power. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe us.